Of the Honorable MEC, you know she's always accessible. We will help you to access her and be able to talk to her about your own personal, private matter. So please, we want to make that kind of a plea. This is your parliament, so to say, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm going to ask that when you rise, you must tell us the name of your district, the name of your school, and who you are, right? And then raise your issue. We have officials who will be taking notes, because our intention is that if you raise an issue that requires to be processed, we must have people who take notes. We must go back to the drawing boards, address your matter, and be able to come back to you and give you feedback, okay? So we will be able to trace you through those details of where you come from. So that's what you should do. But also remember, it's only 10 people per district, and I'm going to plead with you, please, 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 let's try and adhere to that. Maybe, Dr. Mujaf, what we must also make provision for, is for people to be able to write some notes on a piece of paper. And where should I request that they must submit it to? Where can they take it? To the front table? All right. Let me also request colleagues that those of you who will not be able to access the mic because you are already beyond the number 10. But there is something very important that you want to relate. Please write on a piece of paper your issue. Once again, put in your names, the school where you come from and the district, and give it to the front table. We will then attend to those particular matters at an appropriate time. Now we are good to go. I'm going to ask you to raise your hands. Yeah, I may not be able to see all the hands. Maybe, Dr. Mujaf, your IGSS colleagues must assist me. Maybe in this row, let's start from the left, extreme left row first, and identify those hands. We have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's take the first round first. So allow me to take, district by district. All right. But I advise you district by district. All right, let's start with Bojanala. If we can have 10 people from the district of Bojanala raising their hands, 10. Let's make sure that those hands are all at once. If they exceed 10, I'm going to ask you to lower your hand, 11th one, then you will submit your script there at the front table. Colleagues, help me, please. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Hey, I'm sorry, Mataka fella. Yes, let's start. Where's the Rovi mic?
Yeah, it is. Mike.
Oh, okay. Kikupar 10 eleki biditseng. Akele litleng kwan mo pele ne le me felam. So that's currently confusion. Thank you. So far we are doing well, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, Renale 10 ya rona.
Thank you. My name is Peter Banda from Bojanala district, from Lerotodi Secondary School. My question, or let me mention to say it's an issue of concern. To say under the infrastructure, elorenki issue ya tloba boroko for dikolo tsa rona tse di tswang mainly in the deep rural on non-fee paying schools. Okay, paying school fees. That on the infrastructure, our infrastructure haya impact you fela ki issue ya vandalization. also impacted ke taba ya gore our schools are very old. And then being very old, they are not affording to, we are not affording to rebuild new schools or reboost the continually depreciating infrastructure. Therefore, I was excited when I saw the agenda to see we will have to focus on the issue of infrastructure. My view or my idea on the issue of infrastructure, current department is specifically for infrastructure. The doors until the local level on that department, the infrastructure, should be opened. The SGBs, tse responsible mainly for infrastructure, must be involved and communicate directly with the department in terms of that. I think that is my input. Thank you.
Sure.
Dumelang bagolo, o eme mo ke Dimakatso Masilo, ke secretary ya ko Modikwe Primary School. Nna ne ke kopa gore department as much as e re kopa gore re support our principals, le bone ba re thuse gore support. Because ko sekolong sa rona it's a very small school, yes, bana ba rona ha ba bantsi yalo. But now, teacher they are allocated according to rolo ya bana ba skolo. Ke kopa hele allocator ma teacher, we urged our principal gore a apply for an extra teacher, of which she did. Before declining kopo ya gage, ke kopa gore at least visit the school, le tlo bona gore why go tlhokiwa another extra teacher. Because we do really need an extra teacher. And lastly, ke kopa gore as much as re focus it's mo gore re batla 90% re bite KZN, a re simolleng ko tlase le otswa le sentse le metsi. This thing ya gore bana ba rona ba overcrowded ka mo tlaseng, ma teacher a rona are struggling gore by saying so, bana ba le ha ba perform mara ngwana teng o makala a phasitse. When you ask rate una shota ka a mark or two, a department e rile a fete go feta go gona go re bitang going forward. Ma teacher a di high school ba tshwere ka thata because bana ba tswa go primary school ba sa itse le go kwala or go bala.
Number 3.
Ke a leboga nna ke Peter Modikwe ke tswa ke le ko Coaster ke chairperson ya sekolo sa re bone lesedi. Amen. Mathata re itemogelang ona mo sekolong se le sena le 7 years sa agilwe se sentšha mare sawa. Ke bua nnete re kwetse makwalo re kwalla MEC di festere di a tswa mo mabotaneng. Di slepe di a khoboga, so ne re kopa gore puso a ke re thuse because re ne mo SGB entšha re kry-a dio tse di le tentse, so ne ke kopa gore ba e considera thata. Ke a leboga.
Number 4.
Dumelang bagolo, yo buang o ke Simon Zwane go tswa ko Koster. Re na le probleme re kopa intervention ya MEC e le gore bana ba rona ba sekolo sa Mphebana 2 ba tsena mo di mobile classing, and then ba tsena ka dinako. Ma grade 8 ba tsena from 8 until ka break, then grade 9 e tsena from break until sekolo se tswa. So nna ne ke botsa gore re expecta yang gore bana ba rona ba kgone gore ba passe while ba tsena ka dinako. So sekolo sa rona re na le kontraka e leng teng e busy e ragela sekolo, but ba tsaya sebaka gona no ne re ntse re le mo winter bana ba rona ba bolawa ke serame. So ne re kopa intervention ya MEC gore a re thuse a tsereganye mokganye ya kontraka e leng teng e ragelang sekolo. Ne re tshwantseng ke be re butse sekolo ka di 22 tsa May e le gore go padile gore ba felletse ba fetse sekolo sa rona. So ne re kopa intervention ya MEC. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Right. Nna ke Khomotso Motsepe from Marikana Primary School, SGB chairperson, Nala district. Kopo ya ka ya ntlha fela ke gore me mo khudutamaga se nna ke se kopang ngane ka re on behalf of the SGB persons re kopa flexibility from the Department of Education, flexibility a go ne le di visits re bone go ka kgona go solve mathata a leng teng. So se ke nang le sona ke sa infrastructure. Re na le sekolo sa rona sa Marikana re na le di events tse re di tshwarang every year and ke di dintsinyana tse ding tsa tsona di a faila because of the problem e re nang le yona ya holo season ke yona e re discouraging somehow. Re na le dingwaga re kopa holo gore department e re thuse ka yona, but nothing is happening up to so far. I don't know to department tse leng gore re di sitse go teng go, but nothing is happening and re kopa fela from lona gore le re thuse gore holo e nne teng go sekolong.
Secondary. Sibui sa ntlha se buile se lekile go nkhavara. Nna ne ke kopa gore dikolo tsa di rural di tselwe attention e tlhokagalang. Hementebe Secondary School dikolo tsa mabapi di tswetswe. Bana ba tliswa ko Hementebe. Morafi wa fiwa impression ya gore Hementebe e tla change-iwa go nna mega farm school. Intsi mo tlhaloganyong ya bone gore Hementebe ke mega farm mme ga gwa nna yalo. Department re kopa thuso ya lona ka gore re ntse mo a ticking time bomb. Go epile mosima o motona ga re itse gore ka kokota go kae ka gore re isiwa from pillar to post. Go epile mosima o motona go te go etsiwa drain, department e romela di engineers gore ba tle ba tlo lebella ha ba fetsa ba nyamela. Re ntse mo a ticking time bomb gona no re ntse ka lekwalo le letswa mo morafeng le leng gore morafi is complaining gore drain ya rona ya sekolo e re senang taolo ya yone yawa. Yaanong ne re kopa go department e tsose maoto e tle go re thusa ka bothatabo. Se sengwe se buisa ntlha se buile ka dikolo tsa go magaeng tse leng gore di awa gate sekolo se Hementebe gate ke tlo re gate ka gore ke go tsentse se le teng se sale se agilwe ka 1965. Se agilwe ka 1965 re expecta gore bana ba ba tswang ko metseng e nngwe ba tlo tsena mo sekolong seo se se wang ha o kokota go Department of Public Works o isiwa from pillar to post no ya ko Madikwe sa e ko Madikwe ya ko Mogwase go bofelong ba letsatsi re feletsa re eme mo gare re sa itse gore ya ko pele o re ya ko morago. Ya ne go kopa minister ra gore ya ka ga o tlile ke ne ke bolela principal a fale ke re MEC o bua ka energy mare problem ya ka ke e wa ra bua ga re diragatse. So ne ke kopa gore re emelleng re tle go diragatsa dilo tse a re ko sekolong re etele sekolo se le ro tswala mosimo le pele ro ntsha bana ba sekolo ba ba nna mo hostel mo mosimeng o le wa engineering di tlang fa le mari di tsa i-receive. So ke kopa rona ko Hementebe ya gore e ba kanyiwe ke a leboga.
Good morning, everybody. Ke a leboga mme Mokhuduthamaga. Leina la ka ke Kgomotso Kgaswe. I'm representing Bojanala district at HTS Rustenburg Technical High School. I'm the SGB chairperson. Thank you for this opportunity for this interaction this morning. And thank you for your emphasis with regards to issues of discipline in schools. Our school is facing a serious discipline issue, and your emphasis when it comes to expulsion will really assist us because we're facing parents who do not want to admit that their children are problematic in schools. But when it comes to issues of curriculum, we are a technical school. And mathematics is a must. A child has to do mathematics from grade 8 to grade 12 without an opportunity to change to another stream, an accounting stream or something. So mathematics is an issue for us. And even when we advertise for mathematics teachers, it's difficult for us to get good maths teachers. So, you know, something like, I don't know, a maths program that will help from grade 8, starting from grade 8, so that when our learners get to matric, they are already familiar and excelling in maths. Our problem is maths. That is my emphasis. And then another thing, when it comes to the maths especially, one thing that we will do as a solution is look at our admission. So as an SGB, we will look at our admission policy and see how we admit learners who have the capability of maths. And another thing is increasing extracurricular activity, keeping our children busy. The MEC spoke about learners who are in the streets at 5 o'clock, not at home, roaming around. That's because I think in our community at large, we do not engage our learners enough. Our sporting seasons in many schools, whether it's soccer and netball, it's from January maybe until April or May, and that's the end of it. So for the remainder of the year, learners are roaming around free. So we need to engage our learners more in sports, extracurriculum, and try and engage them in our schools. So as SGBs, I think that is our responsibility as well. And drug abuse, drug and substance abuse, a major thing in our, a killer of our society. So MEC, as I'm standing here, I am a drug recovery facilitator, and I am piloting a project. Well, it's still a proposal at school, but I'm piloting a project, a drug recovery project. And, you know, based on the success of this program that we are now going to initiate, or that I'm proposing, you know, we need to. Thank you. Did I speak long?
Thank you.
Dumela Magaitjo. Nna ke Kaogelo Mogajane, ke chairperson ya Polonia Primary School under
Atumele.
Okay. Okay. Dumela Magaitjo. Nna ke Kaogelo Mogajane, chairperson ya Polonia Primary School under Kopano Cluster ko Bojanala. Kutlwile MEC a bua sengwe regarding expulsion ya di learners. Therefore, ke batla clarification. Section 9, subsection 2A, ya the SASSA Act, ere, ke HOD fela ya lefapha, o e leng gore o letleletse go koba ngwana mo sekolong. SGB e ka expella ngwana, but not for a period that is longer than a week. Yano ne ko kopa clarification gore he re le SGB re ska koba ngwana ka moso ra iphitlhela re tsentse sekolo mo mathateng motsadi a re goela ko kgotlatshekelo. Then also ne ke kopa gape issue ya gore if lefapha le ka investela heavily mo training ya di financial skills for SGBs o fitlhelele like ne ke bua le one IGSS official. Are we loko skolong tse seng mo e leng gore treasure ya SGB o spendile more than 20,000 rands on catering ya one event. Yaanong ne ke bona go le botlhokwa he SGB e ka trainiwa ya empoweriwa in terms of financial skills. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, thanks our parents from Bojanala. I think all the other districts will take cue from the discipline that we saw being demonstrated by our parents from Bojanala. Let's then take Dr. KK.
Only 10. Only 10.
Yeah, only 10. Only 10 from Dr. KK. Let's raise our hands. I see there's a hand that side. Abatle kwano, etlama. And then, okay. Uskatla ke sa o khomba tu. O ska tla ke sa o khomba, otherwise la ithopa eno. Ha isa le nna ke le thopa. Dr. KK. Ah, yeah. All right, let's count 10.
Only 10,
Count up
only
to
10.
yeah, it's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At 10,
Yeah.
Raikata.
Up to 10, please. How fitile 10 only 11? Boela morago tla kwala on a piece of paper. please.
1, okay, Emma 4. 1, 2, Kwanka SG, I'm a quota. At Atumela. Artala go 10, I kata mo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cut.
Colleagues, can I also request? Ke kopa o ska repeata se setseng se builwe, ne? Because you are covered. The point has been noted. So ska repeata se please, ke a kopa. All right, simolla ma.
Dumelang bagolo, lebitso la ka ke Nomhle Matebele, Dr. KK, ke tswa ko Leseding Primary. Re na le challenge ne, since go agiwa primary school ko Khuma ka 2019. Le today that primary school is santsane e eme, bana ba kenela ko di containing, and ke challenge because re spend tšhelete e ngata mo dieseling cause re berekisa generator and ke di stop and go. So ne re kopa le dire follow up on that project ya ko Khuma. And then number 2, ke ne ke botsa man ke tla ka suggestion fela gore can't we have the social worker tse di deploywang ko sekolong permanently, so because the challenges about the drugs and everything, re kopana le di challenges tse di ngata ko sekolong on a daily basis. Tse ding di batla di social worker, o kry-a gore social worker e deployetse somewhere a batla after sebaka. So ke ne kopa le consider that thing, re nne le di office tsa di social worker ko dikolong. And then another challenge that we are having, ke di learners tse di undocumented, especially the foreigners. Ne go kopa le dileng ka so seo as department because la re ngwana o mong le o mong a ye ko sekolong. Go bote re ba fe 3 months, then after 3 months still the document ga di tle. Please intervene kindly so. And then the last one, re ne re ikopela fela di activity di bue ko sekolong, bo di nature conservation, di rats and everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dumelang batswadi. Bitso la ka ke nna Offense Menzi, ke chairperson ya Hatabutle from DKK. Na issue ya ka re na le yona ya Hatabutle primary in infrastructure. Ke di chalkboards tse slidang. Bana ha ba bone, and then re ruta ba matishara sekolo sa rona ba ruta bana ba nang le di disabilities in terms of optimum. Bana ba bang bo bona la haufinyana, and the chalkboard ya slide. Re na le a call from the previous SGB entse yetsa in the department, and then haona nkwaetswan le mina re dula re tshepisiwa hore di tlo fihla di boto hona le dikolo tse kwetseng bo Potchi kae kae re tla thuswa ka di boto tseo ho fihlela ka jeko ha re soka re di thola. In terms of disruptive learners dikolong batswadi, if the child is disruptive in the school and we expel the child from the school, it's going to be the problem of the society as a whole. So ke nahana re tlamile ho be le tsela e nngwe e social development e extendang letsoho ka yona malapeng a bana because of some people bana le di problems ho tswa malapeng. Batswadi ba sokodisa bo bona, ba hodisa ngwana no fitla a sokodisa, and then re expect gore motswadi o a ilo keepa ngwana wa hae. Ke solution re feng e tlisang setjhabeng batswadi, ke nahana hore re thuseng bana bao. And then problem e batswadi, di primary tsa Khuma di locationeng la khale fela, locationeng lane ha isa le re ba tshepiswa primary jwalo ka mme a tshelo fela. Di transport le tsona ke problem, bana ba fihla motsheare sekolong because of ha isa le bana ba tlwaetse transport e le ni department e ba fa yona. This now arena transport ke challenge dikolong tsa rona batswadi. And then Hatabutle hygiene ya bana batswadi re kopile re thusiwang ka di toilet tsa bana.
Thank you.
Dumela bagolo, ke tshepa se le ba le go tswa ko
Buela godimanyane. Buela godimo.
ke tshepa se le ba le go tswa ko tiragalo secondary mo Leon Star Tamakasils chairperson ya SGB. Ke ne kopa department re thuse ka ditilo le ditafole for bana ba rona because of
ba kwala ba eme ka manto ditilo di dinyane mo tlaseng ba nna bo 60 80 mo teng number bone botlhe ba kopane is 1348 they supposed to be 998 ha ke go bola sharp secondly re kopa department re thuse ka di sports facilities for bana ba rona ba go tlogela di gangster le go tswa di drugs di ba thuse le go focus mo teng then thirdly re kopa di extra class ma teacher ka di tempo ka gona go department re thuse ka one ya advertise re comment ba gona go tseiwa bana ba gona go pushiwa re support SGB thank you.
For very good morning once again colleagues. Ke Aaron Ramkhadi from Siduko Primary School chairperson. Ke worry tiela MECC doesn't take us serious as school governing body. She just gave us a wrong and one-sided utterance with that with disappointing speech. After that, she just walked away. Serious.
No.
That Opel, Eriki, while Sariki,
Oscar Sinyaletsa rra. Re itse o emelle o raise a concern o nang le yone. O ska accuse MEC.
it's a concern also that one. It's a concern.
Re teng akere, wa re bone.
Because
Ga ona le MEC ntate o raise problem ya gago. MEC re tla mnaela molaetsa.
okay, first of all, MEC speech is a simula go simula. O bile ka gore SGB, they think they are independent. Sabobedi abare SGB, some of them they are in consultation with the principals. So MEC o bontshagala gore o file wrong information ke whoever a mo fileng yone. So no, a go thuse batsadi a go thuse le re bue.
Next.
Now Dr. KK. Now Dr. KK.
Next.
Dr. KK. Someone nafats. I remember my chance. Aye.
Next. No, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, colleagues, let's pay attention. Let's pay attention, please.
Quietness.
Let's pay attention, please.
RDD Maleng. But sorry, RDD Maleng. Yeah, no.
Ao bagolo.
RDD Maleng.
No, thank you very much, program director. All the protocol observed. Program director, ki utlwile man, MEC a presenter mole, and then in her closing remarks, she shared in us, Obona, the game changers. So I'm
sorry,
standing
wait. Bagolo, ra ikopela tu. Ager re ntse re itshwere sentle, re tlotla kopano. So ra ikopela ka tswetswe. A re feng speaker a se sleng on the floor respect. A re mo reetseng ditlha tsa tlang go di raiser mo di a re ama ba rotlhe. Thank you. Proceed that.
No, thank you, Chair, for protecting me. So, and I'm here, program director, to give solutions. Program director, there is this program that is called parental involvement. And that program, if the MEC can take it into consideration, it will make changes in our schools. That program involves a program called My Child, My School, My Responsibility. That is my child, my school, my responsibility. What the MEC raised as challenges, learner admission, curriculum, infrastructure, and so forth, can be addressed in that program of My Child, My School, My Responsibility. I am saying this because I used to facilitate this at Gauteng Province at our schools. So these programs mitigated so much so that, you know, the challenges became minimal. Secondly, as a solution, there are these programs of social ill, how to overcome bullying, how to overcome gangsterism, how to overcome teenage pregnancy. Those are programs that will impact so much positively in our schools. Program director. Lastly, I'm from Mukulukutwani Primary School. I'm from Mukulukutwani Primary School. I'm the chairperson there. And program director with Northwest, the problem is the regulations. The regulations is the main cause of us not going forward. I went to several schools in our schools that I'm available to help them mitigate those, but they want first permission from you. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying we are here.
Let me advise you. Once you give over to the next person, go to Marampete. Marampete,
Yes.
misale tsogo mo. O ye ko o mmeole ne, wa go thusa tota.
I know
Ke a
the
leboha.
lady.
Thank you. Ke a leboha. Let's get the next one.
Next.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter Maseola. My name is Peter Maseola. I'm coming from Kuma to the school called Diranganata. The problem that we have in our school, I'm a chairperson in that school. So the problem that we are having a problem infrastructure. During the holiday, during the summer season, especially the rainy one, the learners and the teachers are not attending school due to we've got the drainage that is running from one side to the other side. So that we've been engaging with our local department just to help us. Nobody wants to come to the party. So now we want to thank this platform that have been given us here so that we can come and address the issues that we are facing, especially where we are coming from. So we are asking from the department to send the people just go and have a look what is happening there, because now during rainy season, as like I said before, is a problem. Thank you.
Dumela. O buang ke neilwe leeto. Ke tlhaga ko motseng o monyane o bitswang Tigane ko Dr. KK. Masepala wa Matlosana. Number 1 issue ya ka ya ntlha ko Tigane re na le di primary tse 5 tse di caterang 1 high school. Re na le problem ya high school e sa le ya giwa 3 years back e ganang go fela. So I'm dira plea mo di ministereng gore re kopa sekolo sa rona se fela bana ba kgone go attend because percentage ya go ga intune e nna mathata e santse phikape ba mo go bana ba overcrowded. Sekolo se se 1 high school e caterwang ke di primary tse 5 you can imagine ke mathata. So issue ya ka ya number 2 ke gore re acknowledge the department ka gore ena le di learner assistance ko dikolo. So the other issue ke kopela ka gore re na le bana ba ile gore ba sokola ba matitšhere ba sometimes ba go sokola go identify ngwana go ngwana le problem e itse e le gore e related ko di psychology or go social work. Aba funded the aftercare program tsa di NPO tse di leng teng gore ba thuse bana ko dikolong after school go nna le di after school programs tse di ka assistant bana ba rona. The NPOs tse di already setse di le teng re kopa le di acknowledge le di fund go ba kgone go bereka ba thusa dikolo tsa rona academic ya rona ya bana ba rona. Those children ba ba stragelang ka mmetse ba struggle ka go bala. We have so many grade 7s ba ba sa itseng go bala ba golo. It's a concern e utlwisang gona batsadi ba bone botlhoko cause ha re kgone go bala o itse ngwana ga wa grade 7 can't even read a word ya Setswana e le Motswana e utlwisa botlhoko ba gaetso. Then number 3 concern ya ka ke gore ke kopa di SGB le consider gore ba nne le stipend. Sometimes the chairperson o bereka go water ha kgone go attenda di meeting ha santsane a ya go share situation go sekolo o na le standby o ko water wa bitswa metsi a ba still ha kgone go nna full time a shebe di concern tsa ko sekolo wa sokola ke a leboga.
Next. Araretse.
Dumelang bagolo. O emeng fana ke Mamile Kgetho. O tswa ko motseng wa Goedgevondene mo sekolong sa Tshirelogo Primary. Ke chairperson ko teng. Bagolo, go botlhoko thata gore re dirane le batho ba ileng gore ba hirwa ke puso rona be re tshwantse re tlo dilana le mathata a bone. Maloba ke tsene mo sekolong mole e le gone ke electiwang mare ke ga ile gore ke tshoswa ke situation e ke fitlhelang fale. Puso department ke kopa le re thuseng ka di contractors tse le di tlisang ko dikolong tsa rona. Re na le bothata gona no bo bo serious ba kitchen e ganang go fela e batho ba teng ba tseneng ka lenga la seloko. Re kopa department e re thusa ka kitchen eo e tle go fela gonne re batla bana ba ja dijo tse di dutseng mo plekeng e phepa. Pantoki ene re ba file yone le ga e phepa jaanong go agilwe kitchen e gana go fela. MEC wa rona marona ke utlwile o bua ka bana ba ba tsamayang ba coverana mo tseleng ba sunana ba irana diotsotletse. Jaanong ne ke kopa fela gore a marona le ka se ke la re tsenyetsa di library mo dikolong tsa rona. Rona ko Goedgevondene go tla library ka bese e tswang ko Ventersdorp ko Tshing e itlela ka malatsi a yone. So go ra gore malatsi a e sa tleng ke monyetla wa bana ba rona. Yaanong a go nne le di library ko dikolong tsa rona go nne le mo bana e tla reng ga batswadi after classes ba itse gore ba ile bala somewhere. Ke a leboga.
Thank you, ma.
Dumelang batswadi. Dumelang batswadi.
Dumela sis.
Ke Monica Ngapai from Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, Ntate Primary mo Kanana. MMC, MEC, ne ke kopa sale MEC. Sale re kopile re ngwatse mangolo ne. Re na le bothata ba di classes tsa grade R ba kenela di slabsing and ba kena ba le bangata ha o bata batho dintho tsele di classes tsele di a bata ka di August ha o le di dust bana ha ba kgone le ho jella ka di classes because of ho ba dust wa bata ha o tshisa di a tshisa e be ba issue ya since re ngotse lengolo ke SGB ke show ya last year. Re na le di break in ko sekolong tse ngata tse etsahalang so ba kena le di ceiling mona ho thubuwa tswa kwa mo so sa le ho ngotswe lengolo re kopile hore re assistiwe ho ka renovation ho kgone ho lokiswa mo cause e ka re se le sobala every time ha ba thuba ho kenwa ka di ceiling ha di kgone ho lokiswa re traile ka di fund tse ntse re di etsa sekolong but re hloleile. Ke a leboga.
Thank you. Thank you, ma.
Ba re mojamo ga go ke kgotsi. Madume ba gaetsho. Ka lebitso ke ZM Maruman, Chairperson SGB Kopelo Gale Kanana, under KK Kaunda. My request in Department of Education, may you please pick up your socks when you come to the special school. We have a problem of a waiting list because I also have a son, he is struggling. We are attending a special therapy in Tlexop Hospital, so they put him on the waiting list. My second point is under infrastructure. It's just a request, I don't know, but if you sit down and check, Department of Education under Northwest, they are not the same with the Department of Education in Free State and also in Gauteng. When you come to the grant of the school, like in Northwest, they only get 50% and 50% is only under as a stationary. Sometimes it's a must to order that stationary because you don't have a choice. If you don't order, you don't get that money. If the department can give each and every school exactly 100% that they deserve, they will sit down and discuss to see a way forward. Why I'm saying like this is because in our schooling, Perohal, we have a stationary
before COVID, even last year, even now, we still gonna order for stationery. That's gonna be there years and years and years. And for my side, it's useless. I'm sorry to use that word. Another point is this. I don't know, under Department of Education, I think above all, God can help us in many ways. May you please, Department of Education under Northwest, let Christianity go back to our school. That one is a foundation of life. There is nothing you can do in life without God. This thing of bullying of the teachers and the children of the school, there's a serious challenge. If they have a God, they follow the Bible, everything will come all right. God is the one that can help us with everything. My last point, when you come to the transport of the school, this one that put in the Baba Tsambana koma plasing. Some of those transport, education, may you please check thoroughly. Those transport are not safe for our own children. I thank you.
All right. Thank you once again, Dr. KK. Lalo, we nearly saw flames. We now want to give Ngaka an opportunity. It's already 12:30. Let's short and sweet. All right, let's take hands from Ngaka Mudiri Mulema.
First 10.
Tenela is here.
First 10.
First
One.
10, please.
Wanaskolo, please come front. You are number 1.
Reke voice ya bana ba rona, yeah. So count up to 10. Counting up
1.
to 10. The rest are in Rokwadisa dipampiri tsa rona. Ko tafoleng.
Kopo ko morago ra, o a bofelo, kopo ko morago.
IGSS, doctor.
Ko morago, ko morago. If you don't cooperate, I'm going to say 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First 10. You have the opportunity to write. You can go and write there. You can go and write there, ne? Ke starta ka ngwana skolo.
OC.
Teacher, ka go khaola. Can you go and sit down? Teacher, can you go and sit down?
Please.
Ngwana skolo. Can you shoot?
Ke batla hore ba shoot ra pele. Re sa lega 10 ela ra mo line.
Ke feletse mo.
Ba shoot pele mo.
Please ke kopa le shoot mo tu.
Kante
you can go and write your issues there.
Hai, wa itse re simolotse sentle. Re sa ngangisana. Ba ga ke kopa re teng boela morago. Mo fe mic. O sia, e fa ngwana skolo mic.
O tshwere mic.
O tshwere mic. Abu. Bua.
Can you shoot?
I greet you all through the Honorable MEC, all protocol observed. I'm Marian Pretorius from MEC.
A re tsa neng ba ga itse ngwana wa bua tle. Ngwana rona wa bua. A re mo retseng ka tlhoafala. Proceed.
I'm Marian Pretorius from Mafeking High School. The 2019 Children's Manifesto stipulates that to address the declining mental health in learners in schools, child psychologists should be placed within schools, more specifically those with learner suicide cases. My question is, what is the stance of the department on this, and when can we expect to see this being implemented in schools? Thank you.
Thank you.
Ngwana skolo tseile less than 2 minutes, please.
Ke a le dumedisa bagolo. Ke a le dumedisa bagolo, ke nna Hendrik Phile. Ke nna Hendrik Phile go tswa ko Logaga Primary School, chairperson ya Logaga Primary School. Okay. Ke nna Hendrik Phile go tswa ko Logaga Primary School. Ke na le tshepo le tsholofela gore MEC o buella le kgetho la bobedi mo go ra gore re setsana le experience ya mathata a ntse re kopana le yone go ra gore mathata wa tle go
A utlwa le sentle wa itse a ke itse gore a ke di acoustics.
ke na le tshepo le solofela ya gore MEC o buela lekgetho la bobedi mo go raya gore setse a na le experience ya gore mathata a ntse re kwala makwalo go sa diragale sepe go raya gore go tlo go diragala seo sekolo sa rona sa Logaga primary school sa le sa agilwe ka 1976 ya agiwa ke morafe wa Bakolobeng ga re sentse re kopa mo pusong ya rona gore e re thuse ka sekolo se le se makgasa se anela se sotla bana ba rona jaanong ke ne ke kopa gore puso ya rona e tseye matsapa ye ko magaeng ko bogana la Tekwala la go sena ditsela ba tle fela ba tlo go bona bothata bo re tshwaraganeng le bone batswana ba tla ba bui ba re e fofa ka moswang ba gaetsho re a leka re le SGB re a leka thata mme bothata ba rona ke gore a mme puso ga ise e bone mmereko wa SGB because ke na le makgetho ke boela mo SGB gore ba dire sengwenyana sa stepense mo re tlhokomela bana ba rona yes re tlhokomela bana ba rona mare ba gaetsho mpeng sebaka
Mara
ke bana ke ba rona bana ke ba rona ba gaetsho ba tlhokomela ra ba rata
Khanyewa e builwe hle thank you a retsaneng a re monele tšhono please
ke le dumedisitse bagolo ba letletseng fano ke Galeboe Morwe ngaka modiri Molema go Sebupua Molema secondary school ke bua ka sekolo sa Sebupua Molema ke sekolo se sengwe se leng gore second term ya sona sa produce yaanong no ka June dikolong tse di tswetswe se tletse tlare re kopile di mobile classes sa le re promisitswe bo go di tsamaya mo Vryburg santse di fitlha le nou yana santse di fitlha nou yana ganyengwe ya ka gape ke gore kutlwe mo MEC a re go expeliwe bana ke kopa go bua le SGB ka se a re tsamayeng re bitse di meeting tsa batsadi re bue le batsadi ba retse bana ba bone sentle bana ba tla ka maaka nako nngwe motsadi a ba go sekolong a le ka enga a lwa le teachere which is not good at all a re ba akanyeng seo bagolo baka
ra leboga thank you good point
dumelang bagaetsho ke nna Mmutle Matlape go tswa ko ke mo Ratlou ke tswa Maretsane ke chairperson SGB ko re tla khona primary kopa ka ke gore sekolo sa gona se khale se bakantso sa agilwe ra kontraka o tsamaile a sa felletsa di festere di awa mo di blokong tse dingwe ga gwa tshelwa ditupu go dust ene ya nong gona le impression ya gore re thusitswe gore re ko morago gape mo laeneng ka mo re tlogetswe ka dilo tse di sa felang ra kopa gore puso e tse maikarabelo a go shebela borra di kontraka ba re direle sentle e ska kwala hela gore re thusitswe re la thata re tshwantse re ire gore bana ba patse mare go sa helediwa infrastructure nna ke teruna re pelo tshetla ga re kgotsofale ya bobedi ke kopang ke ne ke kopa gore ka tswetswe MEC a tseye mo magetleng a gage go kwalela ba social development e nne kopo e ska nna puo ya rona hela mo gore ba gaetsho ka tswetswe deployang batho go ya ko dikolong ha re le ko motsenya ka ke le ko Maretsane at least social worker e berekang dikolo a bereke dikolo hela bana ba rona ha bana tsebe ha ba utlwi matishera a ruta mara ha re itse gore problem ya bone ke eng ngwana go rutolele matlho a se utlwi sepe mara le mo sekolong social worker e tlaleng le rona ha gona gore o ka tsaya dikgato wa berekela motho o mongwe o bereka se leng sa gago ga o kgone se leng se seng please ha ka re direla se o tla ba a re thusitse thata ke kopela le high school ya rona scholar transport ha ke tse di kopiwa kae le gore ko Maretsane gona le o kileng a kopa scholar transport sa mo motseng local bana ba ba tswang ko morago ko bohelong ba motse ba tshwana le bana ba ba tswang ko motseng o mongwe e nne teng e tla tsamayang mo localeng ha ke tla go tsena mo kganyeng ya thuto progression ke ye ba gaetsho progression e tshwentse bana ba heta ba sa utlwe because matishara a laoilwe ke department go ra tsamaise bana ke ne ke ikopela nna ke re ka gore ke ko primary no yana ke re ke kopa gore MEC a tsenya kganya gore ko primary grade 7 e treatiwe ka bana ba matric e prepare le bana ba le go tswa ko primary go ya ko high school ba nne le di camp ba nne le di extra class ba hiyo di first push le di second push le di last push gore ha ba ya kwa e ba ntse sentle.
Thank you.
Che, ke Gaone Jani from Ipeleng Batlharo. Okay. Ke Gaone Jani from Ipeleng Batlharo, chairperson SGB.
Arretsaneng bagaetsho, sorry. Arretsaneng.
MEC o buile gore re tshwantse re ne involve mo curriculum ya bana. Yaanong MEC o tshwantse a re tlhalosetse gore a rona re tshwantse re go bolelela barutabana gore ba rute bana jang. Jaaka re le di SGB first. Second thing ke gore go na le grade R, grade 3. Ha ise ba nne sentle mo go baleng. Yaanong go sena gore re ka ira pre-grade 3 gore ha ba gata ko legatong le le latelang e ba setse ba nonohile mo tlhaloganyong. Ke a leboga.
Next.
Ke a leboga for monyetla o. Ke bidwa Irene ke tswa ko Ziraste. Se ke nang le sone nna bagolo ke concern. Ke concern e ke tlong go intsha be ke kopa recommendations from department. Tse dintsi di buile gore e fofa ka moswang. Ba ntse mafoko. However, the SGB tse education e expecta gore e govern dikolo. So se ke se lemogileng ka maitemogelo a ka a bo SGB mo sekolong. Mo dingwageng tse ke dintsing le ga ke santse ke le yone. Ke gore re na le problem ya gore education is safer too much when coming to the SGBs. You are not going extra miles for us. And you expect a lot from us as SGBs. So santla, go tla bo go tlhophilwe di SGB go ya ka roll call ya sekolo. Maybe SGB ya sekolo so ba 12 go ya ka sekolo sa bana, 12 SGBs. And then go choosiwa go trainwa executive batho ba le bararo. How train batho ba le bararo amongst ba le 12 e tla nna bone ba le bararo ba ba itse gore how to govern. Ba le gore ba follower ene go tla be go te 3 yena ya go traina bale. Message ga o tswa mo mothong wa bobedi. Ga o ka kwa ba tsena sentle. So the first 3 years wa go trainwa ba go le go kopa le nthese. It's not gore ga nne ba choosiwa from the onset. Ha se gore ne bana le potential. Ba choose because we were supposed to elect executive. Wa go mo electa yalo ke chairperson or ke secretary. Le hantsa ile go trainiwa kwa. Wa go nna fela ntse ana ka potential ya gage. So ha go tsiwa kwa ga ba ye go traina ba bangwe number 2 le ga ba ka ba trainer ga e wele sentle. So ne ke ikopela ba go le gore the SGB tse dingwe di dysfunctional because go trainiwa batho ba bararo ba le the rest 9 ga ba itse gore what to do ba followa fela bale. So ne ke kopa gore at least the first training ya di SGB tsotlhe a go tseiwe maloko otlhe a trainiwe then go bofelong go tata go trainiwa the 3 year ya bofelo yele gore re nna mo a 1 page because ga o re deputy secretary or deputy chairperson ha chairperson o nna ile go trainiwa a sewo ga ke a fetsa papa ya bobedi ya bofelo bagolo ya
Ziraste primary.
mara concern ya me ke a di SGB ga se ya sekolo ya nngwe ke follow up bagolo ya di contract tse dikolo di dintshang for I mean mo education e disang go dikolong re kopa le follow up ya go contract ya go ikageleng high school ya go Ziraste mme o ntse a bua ka kitchen o since ma contract ka ba submitile last year December till today ga re mo fa di extension so ne ke kopa gore di follow team ya irang di follow up tsa di contract mo dikolong ke kopa le go ikageleng high school re na le di unfinished contracts tse di delay yang process ya future ya bana ke a leboga.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dumelang o buang ke Refilwe Menyato from Ramosadi Primary School. My concern is we have reckless drivers mo Mafikeng. That's our problem. We can't put the faith ya bana ba rona mo di scholar patrolling guys because imagine a grade 7 or grade 6 a scholar patroller someone or driver recklessly. Oh, sorry about that. Imagine one scholar patrol. The drivers that I saw today, this morning coming here, one of grade 1 can't move out of the road. In the middle, we need help about that. Can the department at least work with Department of Transportation for safety? One thing is that pregnancy in school, guys. Back when I was in school, we had programs double life. Bane batla mo dikolong ba re ruta ka protection, or sex, whatever. Can we please have those programs back because we need it?
Next.
Thank you.
Ka le dumedisa bagolo. Ka le dumedisa bagolo. O buang ke Matladitebogo go tswa ko motseng wa Mantsie ko sekolong sa Ramokgethwa primary. Ke tlhaga ke le ko Ramotshirimoilwa ko Zerust. Bagolo ke botlhoko MEC. Ile ke utlwa maabane go twetla. Ke letse ke sa robala ke fela pele gore tsatsi le tswaleng. Go botlhoko ke nile SGB for many years. Dingwaga tse dintse di fitileng ngwana ka aya high school ke na lo kananyana ke SGB gape. MEC sekolo sa rona fa sa le se agilwe dingwaga tse dintsi tse di fitile ene ke primary ile 1 mo motseng. Sekolo sa rona se makgasa di fenstri di wele ga sena dipati ga sena di ceiling ga sena motlakase. Bosigo ga o feta kwa wa go ipotsa gore a go fale ke sekolo ore ke le tlotla la motse. Fa sa le go thubiwa dingwaga tse dintse go thubilwe gararo ko sekolong sa rona bagolo. Go ntse go reportiwa ga re tsena ka March re tsene le goreng renovation ga teyetla. Fa sa le reme bagolo bile dikolo di be di bulwa ka April gape go ntse go sa tliwi bagolo. Sekolo sa rona ga sena dipati le ga pula ena ga gona ngwana o kgona go tsena ka feteng ga sekolo. Fo pele ga sekolo yana ke seretse ke pavement e dikhwiti bana ba wela ka fa phakela ga bana ba sekolong re swentse re tsoge le bone MEC re go ba tlodisa gore ba fitlhelle ka fo sekolong. A gona ko le yetsenang ka fo sekolong ga pula ena MEC. Jaanong seo se nkudisa botlhoko le mathitšhere re thuswa ke bana ba ba ithaopang. Sekolo sa rona rolo a te innyane ga re kgone go fitlhella dio tsotlhe re thatša fale le fale. Jaanong sekolo se le ke se one mo motseng ene se utlwisa botlhoko ka lebaka la gore a gona re ka tswa kwana ra ya ko ra isa bana ko sekolong se sengwe e le sekolo se se one mo motseng.
Okay.
Jaanong ne re kopa le mathitšhere gore le rokeletse le mathitšhere. Mathitšhere ba foka principal go tlogeleng fo ke bana ba ba ithaopang go tlhaga mo motseng ba sa kirele ga ile togonyana mo letsogong. E le bana ba ba ithaopang dikgwedinyana tse tharo mo ga dikgwedi tse tharo ba tsamaya go tla o mongwe MEC re kopa go ko tlo re bona re romelle mongwe o tlo go bona sello se re llang ka sone gore go botlhoko.
Next.
Ke a leboga bagolo.
Next.
Thank you, ma.
Dumelang bagaetsho, nna ke Matsatsi Molawa, chairperson ya Letsatsing Science Secondary School mo Ngaka Modiri Molema. Ke ne ke kopa go itse from the department in terms of legal issues. Di case tsa matitšhere a o fitlheleng a suspendiwa kampo a kubiwa a tlhoka go kubiwa mo tirong ka ntlha ya gore ga direla ngwana sentle ampos. Our department, how many of the cases have you won? Because batsadi ba tshwarisa gore o kare batsadi ba trepa matitšhere gone jaanong jaana. And department e tsa matsapa a feng tota go netehatsa gore, because ke rona di victim SGBs, we are the victims. Le ha o bolela motsadi gore ngwana o phoso o reka sefatlhego sa ga principal o reka sefatlhego sa ga teacher, mara o ntse o bona le wena in your right state of mind gore ngwana yo o phoso motsadi kena sa batleng go retsa. Engwe issue ya safety and security in terms of Tlhakere, this is directed to especially QLTC. The QLTC they are launchiwa every year jara no go monate. After the launch ha gona implementation. It's not like the section itself, yeah, QLTC, are aware of that. Mare ba re thusa yang mo ntlheng ya gore di issues tse ntse di raise-iwa fa gore social worker e nne ko sekolong, those people are stakeholders tsa QLTC. After the launch, QLTC e dirang go bona gore all those stakeholders are doing their jobs rightfully so, and the government officials tse di go godimo they are gatiwa day and night ke mapodisa ke masole. Out of 1,469 schools sa Northwest, can't they make a provision ya gore go hirwe mapodisa a mabedi per school? That is 1,469 times 2. People fella ba batla gatang dikolo day and night, because issue ya crime is no longer an issue e ka kgonwang ke di SGBs le di principal ko sekolong. Hela ka le bone ba gatiwa a ba re lekeng hela ka batho ba ba gatang
You
dikolo.
try it, man.
Last one. Last one. Can the house be
All
in
right,
order?
let's take the last.
Arumunein Kansi, Wabofelo.
Greetings to everyone. Ke nna Masego Mokoto, Ngaka Modiri Molema, Soplaki Primary School Secretary. I am coming to you as a concerned unemployed qualified teacher. You'd find that we have 70 to 90 learners in a class, and quality education is expected from the teachers. But from the policy that I understand, policy young, one learner is to 40 learners. You'd ask the principal to intervene. Principal would say that the department says there are no posts. Yet the same department, every year, every 6 months, we need principals, we need HODs, we need acting principals. But the post who is filling in those posts? Because you expect quality selo from teachers, mare, banale bana bale 90 mo tlaseng, young bana ba rasa mo tlaseng. I need to understand that part. And the second part, why do you decide to do that? We have black schools and we have white schools. As a child, that was privileged. Multiracial schools, English medium schools, as we called them back then. Admission but you experience the black schools, disadvantaged schools. After June. Why is it that other schools, but in our schools, if we say something, department there would say, why can schools not be treated the same? I'm not even talking about quintals and staff. Why is that treated as the goal? Primary school, it's not the same as my teacher we were less than 35, 40. Mar, kudu kolon zedung teacher atonze arute bana ba le bo 98 mo tlaseng jang. Re unemployed re le bantsi re kopa go hiriwa. Miss MEC, Miss Viola. Miss MEC.
Ma'am,
Point taken. Your point taken.
Make your
point noted. Thanks, SG.
All right. Hey, thanks very much. Yeah, that was Ngaka Modiri Molema, Daten Thabat, your constituents. Can we then agree that this is the opportunity for Dr. RSM, meditation? Raza constituency how? Rokopa 10, once again, beyond 10, Aringo Tafu.
1, 2.
Abaka is Rokopa order 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dr. SM. Dr. SM. Let's get later and to lead Rantu. La hona le stampiti da.
Number 1, can you all keep quiet? Number 1, number 2. Yeah. I said 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The rest can you go and write?
Please, batswadi ra lo
Put it
kopa.
on paper.
Please, batswadi ba rona, a reng ko tafoleng le lo kwadisa ko teng. Yang ko tafoleng, please, bro. Yang ko tafoleng lo kwadisa ko teng, ne? Ra kopa batswadi ba rona from Dr. RSM. Ra ikopela.
Number 1, shoot. Number 1, shoot.
Let's pay attention, please. Ale sa batle observe order le ra o feletsa re le nne mo fatshe ne because ale batlo dirisana mmogo le rona. Dr. RSM, please ra lo kopa batsadi. Let's have order there. Arem batsadi.
Number 1, please shoot. Number 1.
Thanks, Doc.
Ke a leboga re motsamaisa tiro. Ke lebogele MEC go tlisa letsatsi la gompieno. Nna ke bidiwa Lemogang Lehabe. Ke tswa ko Ganyesa Kagisano Molopo nngwe ya dimasepala tsa Dr. RSM. Ke ne ke re ntlha ya ntlha ke bue ka bothata ba dikole tse di ko go rona primary schools. Ke chairperson ya Monapam primary schools. Ke bua ka di security fence mo dikolong. Di primary tsa rona ko Ganyesa they are not well secured. Bana ba kgona go thobela ko ntle sekole se tsene. Magodu a kgona go thobela mo teng a tla go utswa di grocery. Luruo lu hula mo dikoleng tsa rona. Hence re kopa security fence. Entle ke bona itseng tšoko di high school. Ra kopa MEC please. And then ntlha ya bobedi go builwe thata ka bullying ya bana. Gongwe batsadi ba ba buelela. Matitšhera a sotlega ba ga rona ko di primary school. Bana ba bangata ka ditilo ke ala gore re kgakala le di television. Ke ne ke kopa gore kgang eo a e tsewe tsia. Bana ba rona ba tlhasetswe ke di drugs le dilo tse dingwe tse re sa di itseng gore ke eng. Ke a heta mo go ewa ya expulsion ya bana e builwe thata mare ke ne ke re ke ya me ke e gatise ya gore bana re ba expel. Re latela procedure yotlhe ya gore bana ga ba direle sentle ko sekoleng. Re bitsa batsadi re reportela di sekete. Process ya go boela ko dikoleng go re thusa e bonya re kopa e speed upiwe. Ga ke tsora a idiwa ke labor or ke eng. So se re utlwisa botlhoko ba ga rona ka gore bela bill e dikile e taboga e ema melao e mentsi ha kgatlhanong gore ba teacher ga ba tshwana go ira bana sepe. Ke kopa ma teacher ba tselwe tlhogong because without them ga go nna le bokamoso jo re bo batlang mo South Africa wa rona.
Thank you, ma'am.
Barutabana ba bangwe ba ga rona, not all of you. Ba bangwe ba bobodu MEC. Jaanong ke batle go itse gore matitšhera a bobodu a sotlang di principal ba di kgerisa. Matitšhera le one ra kwala mma ra romela pene tsa rona di hedile dintlha. Labor e ka ha di union di ka ha ga re re go phoso re kopa di kgetsi di hele re ska rana le di kgetsi tsa re se re tlholege motho a dipa ko sekoleng e le mmereki e le teachere go sena kgato e tsewa. Ke kopa di case di speed upiwe. Ke a leboga. Ba ga rona dikole tsa rona ko magae-gaeng kwa ke lora ke re tswa Ganyesa ga re tswa toropong. Di ground tsa rona di leswe ga gona di resources di katakata. A bana ba tla tlholela mo dibukeng ba ska ka ba go tshameka di ball. re ska keraba dintsha setso, re ska keraba opedisa music, extramural activities. Dio tse di le gone bogologolo di kaege. Banyana ba mose ba lapa mo dikoleng le bone go tlhola ba ntse le na ba tswa ba motokwane.
Okay, ma.
Ke ne ke
Next.
kopa ba ga rona re cleanelwe di ground. Ko morago kwa di caterpillar ga dio ha o di kopa o ya ko works. Terekere ya works ga ena petrol or diesel.
Ke a leboga, ma. Ke a leboga,
A
ma.
ke heleletse ala ka ya bohelo re. Re na le
Malahabe, Malahabe.
MEC
Ra leboga, hle mama.
o ragetse
Re
sekole
utlwile.
ra leboga ra
Thank you,
leboga
ma.
ra
Thank you, ma.
leboga.
Thank you, ma. Next.
A ke lo tlogele ka lo itlhaganetse.
Thank you, ma.
Okay.
Yes.
Are re retseng. A re utlweleng ka ditsebe tsotlhe.
Yeah, Arutle. No,
Next, shoot.
yes, thanks very much, MEC.
Na rona le PPM wa itlhaloganya so ha ntse yalo bana ba rona ba apelwa mo kitcheneng ya mokhukhu ene go diriswa di gas stoves a go ra bona re nako ha e boma kwa o tlabe ke mogakolola gore o nthule gore nako e bomi ka gore go apelwa mo mokhukhu ka di gas stoves and the food handlers tsa rona ke batsadi. We do not want to put ourselves in a position whereby our learners are left as orphans because of skolo se palelwa ke go meeta di SANS standards, safety and health standards wa e tlhaloganya.
Thank you.
So ke kopa gore mo dilong tsa rona re sa nna mahega. We must learn to re kgone go tsela dilo tlhoko tse leng gore di tlhoka nako. So ke kopa ela le re direng pilot project ko re tla dira ko na le di sub district re tla dira primary school. Thank you.
Ra leboga, ma.
Thank you.
A quick announcement. Go na le motho o tlogetseng cell phone ko studiong. Yena wa ititse re ntse a le ko studiong o tlogetse phone. Re kopa re o e late. Thank you.
Next.
Thank you very much. Dumelang bagolo. MEC, SG, ke re ke hitise wanela. Ko ke Melvin Reuters go tswa ko Mamusa Dr. RSM. Sharon Primary. Thank you. MEC re na le mathata. Re na le bothata ba asbestos. Asbestos e since re emetse sekolo from department se tshwantse se tlo go agiwa since re emetse sekolo go tswa ka 2009 up until today go ntse go te satla le di mobile go ntse go te di mobile di atla mare a rona re ka rata go ka agiwa sekolo so re ne re o re thusa because le ma teacher a ruta go bona mo tshwanela gore phahatsi o bo tshoga yaano ke re yaano re hitela hao. Number 2, a ke batle go nna motelele ke re hela ha o ka re tsela maybe wa deploya maybe a rapid response team go dikolong tsotlhe gore o kgone go kry-a molaetsa ka nako because of ra bua mara gona sepe se se diragalang maybe o ka kgona go kry-a melaetsa ka speed ke ne re ke hela hotel.
Last 3. Please, the 4th one, can you go to the table?
Thank you very much. I am Dr. George Malibe, chairperson of Tegerkloof Combined School under Mama Ditejani. I've got 2 points. The first one is something that I discussed briefly with the director. We are from Tegerkloof. And Tegerkloof is a public school on a private property. Hence, there is a symbiotic relationship between the SGP and there is a board. Now, here is the problem. The SGP subscribes to Act number 84, the SASSA, 1996. Now, the board, we don't know where it's reporting. We don't know their rules, what is guiding them. As a result of that, we always have scuffles. We are fighting unnecessarily because of the gray area. So I'm inviting you, Honorable MEC, to come and assist our director on that regard. Because most of the board members, you don't know them. They don't serve anywhere. But when we get to the school, we are always, there is a tug of war. Number two, and I'm out of here. Number two, many people, I think, is cutting across the drug problem, substance abuse. I was always wondering why some countries, you are sentenced to death when you sell drugs to the children. I have seen our nation is destroyed, and you touched a raw nerve in your presentation, Honorable MEC, on that regard. Now, I'm saying, I want to make a proposal to say we cannot hire security people because of the limitation of the resources that we have. However, I want to make a recommendation. Can't we have at intelligence, the police at intelligence, a desk which is called, like, for example, school intelligence, where they will know where the drugs come from and nip it at the bud. We are looking at rehabilitation centers, but let us have intelligence, because we must put our money where our mouth is. Let us work on this thing. Our children are dying, MEC. Go to any street, but some agadi botolo tsadi biri, and these people, Baba Besa, my teacher, they are high kadi drugs. The problem, you will never solve the problem if you don't go to the root of the problem. Let intelligence come into the fray. Thank you very much.
Kyalebo. Barleka Montabuelo Molehu Tlazen, Kitsini. MEC Kelebo Horobo Nile Resishibe Titla Yahore Ronama SGB Rebegan Libon. Inalamikin Nakahisho Hawaii, Hosokuba Tapping High School, Kutaung, Kwakabane Dr. Mfula. I get over with that in Tazaki, the colleague examined the Buila. Margabata Hotel, let's a taro like it's a cut 2 minutes, Resishibe. Department of Education National Lady Province Babuaka 90% pass rate. Kiposagelis or Rebana Kimbona Batloseco 30%. Los Abacholes already 50 at least. Number 2, Koskolo Sabataping High School. Relabazadi Kemoncha. Rikala School is a underperformer for the second time, if not third time. Mara radio over. Ke khona go leba gore sekolo sa rona se khona go na le ma principal ba le bararo mo 14 months so se digile moral le go flight ga di police madio tso tle di tswa go district office so ke kopa gore ka gore ano o re taskile wena hanga ka bua go le go ntsia o tsa mo wetele go batlhaping re go gona di details tsa gore sekolo sa rona se in shamble because of district office. Number 2, ke ne ke re ke shekelwana ke go bolela gore ra rata go na di QLTC mo dikwele ga ke itse mo go mara go taung ga re ke re supporto ya di stakeholder go formulate QLTC sentle ile goreng re tla ikaga ka yona mo tswelopeleng ya dikwele go a go pele. Issue as SASSA section 27 section 1. I can't work on but it has a reinvestment, remuneration. Come on, Jomangwe. Truly, stipend and SGB.
Last one. Last one for the day.
All right. Let's get the last input.
Kalina kena malebogo mo gapinyane tolo. Ke tsena kwa ke
Viola,
dumedise
okay.
botsadi botlhe bo bo leng fa. I think now I would want to come in and bring a solution or ke tle ka solution to the 90% plus that we are striving for. Gore, my suggestion is, let's intensify intervention ko tlase. Let us ensure gore concessions are implemented at all schools at all material times. Let each school have its own Elson class, because the difficulty is that we are expecting learners who have learning barriers to cope le bana ba e leng- in circumstances that they don't have the capacity to function within, right? We are aware that there are reading problems, but we are sleeping on solutions because the universities, the Department of Educational Psychology in each department, the students that they train, they are available at our resources if we reel them in to come help us in that regard. So now all I'm asking for is let us give accommodations where necessary in the project e leng gore e simolola nou yana because it's closed for the 30, it's all like 31, it's 31 of June for GET. But let us start the process now as schools, as the department, let that be something that is worked on from now so that by next year, come March, learners that are in matric, banally scribe, banally reader, banally extra time, they get a room to write from A Kotoku because of the noise or the distractions that are there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Last one.
My name is Lebogang Sereo. Ke activist ya ko Dr. Ruth Mompati region. Nna se ke se tletseng mo ke tlile go leboga MEC. Ya ka ele mosha MEC a tswa mo 5 yearseng. MEC o re bereketse. O re agetse sekolo. Ke ne ke le chairperson ko sekolong sele. Ke leboge boetapele jwa Dr. Ruth Mompati. Mme Mmadi Thejane Center e tshwere. Amandla.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the time is now 1:19. We have not succeeded to stick to 1 o'clock as we initially agreed. We have made our comments. Some were vocalized here, others we have got the notes there. As we have agreed, we are going to attend to all of them. At the appropriate time, the Honorable MEC will come and outline the modalities thereof to say how are we going to deal with those. But I can assure you, even in our own internal meeting, she asked us as officials to make sure that this does not become a talk shop. She has asked us to make sure that we take the notes, we write down every concern that you are raising as parents, as school principals, as SGB members, so that we can go back to the drawing board and see how we respond to all those issues. At this point in time, allow me to call the Honorable MEC to the podium to come and talk to the esteemed SGB members whose term has expired. Honorable MEC. Yes. Armo Khorose Mbakhaitsu. Armo Khorose. Armo Khorose.
No, thank you very much, SG. I must indicate that representatives from RCL actually wanted to say something. So I don't know what is the approach. They are still caucusing unless maybe if I come up with a way forward to close the issue, start the discussions, and then Batla closes at this particular meetings officially pledging as learners to say what are they intending actually to assist us as the Department of Education going forward. Because without them also we are nothing. Without our learners, we are nothing. Without Banaba Sekolo, some of us, many of us present here today, especially teachers and educators, it means that we'll be unemployed. So we are here because of them. So ne le batla go tsena pele before ke tswalla. Okay. Let us give them a round of applause.
Good day, everyone. We are very thankful to the MEC for this opportunity. I am Buntle Motata and I am the RCL president of the Northwest Province, here representing all RCLs and my constituencies. Now, you know, there are a lot of problems that we can bring forth to the Department of Education to fix. But to preface what I'm going to say, I would like to say that we must keep in mind that we also have to take steps to fix those problems because they affect us first before we can ask them to be solved by someone else. Thus, I come here today keeping in mind that we have tried to fix things that we today handing over to the Department of Education and our MEC to try and resolve for us. Now, as learners, as of this moment, there are a plethora of problems that we are having in our schools. Most of them that are affecting us being substance abuse, those being the teenage pregnancy rates, the non-inclusive curriculum that we have to learn with, the lack of attention that is given to our mental health as learners, and the infrastructure, and these are all issues that have been raised today. But I am not standing up here to try and talk about the issues again and again, because at this moment what we should be doing is talking and implementing the solutions, not only bringing forward the issues, because talking about a problem won't solve it. Coming up with solutions and implementing them is what will solve our problems. And to solve our problems, you know, all of these, if you look at it, what we must go back to our kindergartens and our primary schools to try and nurture, not to try because trying doesn't get you anywhere, but to nurture learners to become the best of what they can become. What we are asking for is that consideration for learners is not given from the start of our secondary years, but from the start of, from being a child is what I'm asking for. We should be able to be given access to things that we need for our development from an early age. And for that to happen, it takes a lot of hard work from the Department of Education, from the SGBs, from schools, from parents, and from us as learners in order to change our status quo. And I am very thankful that at this moment we are being given the opportunity to be doing so, to take steps further to implementing and giving solutions and trying to fix. Now my question is, when are we going to start doing so? Because we cannot always wait to be in conference rooms to talk about these things. We need to start implementing them. And I will say again that I am grateful that we are trying to at this moment. So what I will say in conclusion is, let us not only talk about these things, these enigmas in conference rooms and fancy places, but let us make sure that when we get out of this conference center, we actually implement. And that we do not point fingers, because we're not here to point fingers and to assign blame. We are here to help each other to get to the solutions. So when we get out of this place, let us make sure that we actually implement. And it starts from ourselves as individuals. It doesn't start from the department. So let us keep that in mind and let us make sure we actually upon it. Thank you so much.
Greetings to the House at large, all protocols observed. My name is Ona Sejano, and I am the Secretary of the Northwest Provincial RCL structure. My president has already emphasized on many of the issues, but I'd also like to point out this particular thing. Buntle already emphasized on the fact that we need to start off on a school level, and that should include the SGB along with the RCL. I would like to request not the Department of Education, but every single SGB member who is here today. I would like that you include the RCL in your decision making instead of pushing us aside as if we are children. We are your kids and we are RCL. As the RCL, we were democratically elected by our constituents to represent them in various structures. We are here not to serve ourselves, but to serve them, to amplify their voices. And for that, we will need your assistance. We request that you take the RCL, that you sit down with them, and that you strengthen the relationship between the SGB and the RCL. Sit down. That the RCL know their SGB members. The RCL are not afraid to go to the SGB members and tell them about certain issues. Let the requests of the RCL members and the requests of the learners be taken seriously. We're not here, you're not here to serve us, you're not here to serve yourselves, you're not here to serve anyone else, but you're here to serve the kids. You're here to serve us. And thank you for taking the time out of your day every single day to go to school, to attend these SGB meetings, to do the steps that are necessary in order to ensure that we have a safer learning environment. I thank you.
Wow, I'm inspired. Ekare nka tsa bana ba ke a ba tlisa ka ha yana di SGB di a tla ka. Because the sad reality of the matter is that I was very clear to say why we are having this particular meeting. I even reminded you that now you are leadership. You are elected as SGBs with responsibilities. I was very clear during my opening remarks in terms of expectations to say that now you are responsible of making sure that you assist the department going forward. A leadership is all about responsibilities. You take a responsibility. When you are voted into any position or any power, it means that those who voted for you be or occupying that particular position, that particular person says only confidence on you to say that you'll be able to take that particular school forward. Meaning that you must be solution orientated. We cannot forever complain as leaders. We must create this particular platform in order to check how best can we assist each other and resolve whatever challenges that are there, not the other way around. And how we conduct ourselves really, sometimes is so disappointing. One would ask himself or herself a very simple question to say, are these SGBs, does it mean our principals are subjected to this particular behavior every day, especially in front of us? The learners consistently, so we have been insisting and emphasizing the issue of discipline. Bana ba ha ba re bona ya ka malomo, ba re bona as their leaders, as their role models. Whatever that we do in front of them, they think gore ke se se siameng. It means that for you to be regarded as a leader, you must behave or conduct yourself in that particular conduct. Let's do introspection. Before anything else, we are parents. There is an objective behind us having school governing bodies. The reason why SGBs were established to close that particular gap between us as the department and the parents. Because bana ke bana ba rona tshwantse re ba tshwaraganele. There are educators who are getting stipends, the SGBs. They are teaching more than 7 subjects in those particular schools. Because teaching is like a calling. They never complain to say that we are getting 7,000, whereas we are getting the very same workload as those who are permanently employed by the Department of Education. It's because etswa mo pilung ya bone as my teacher, because they know how they are building a nation. They compromise. Now we are having SGBs in each and every meetings. What dominates the discussions is the issue of stipends. Are we saying we are occupying those particular positions, we are being hired? Are we saying we don't care about education of our learners? Are we saying ga re ready gore re ka kopanya matsogo le Department of Education gore bana ba rona e nne batho setšhabeng? I know there's a high rate of unemployment. But how do you start to talk about stipend, whereas we are still challenged, we are still having shortages of educators in the Northwest Province? I thought SGB members will capitalize on this particular platform by appreciating to say that MEC, you are the first province actually. Go bontsha gore you are very clear in terms of the issue of the core mandate. Ya gore wa go fa di principal tsa rona the necessary support gore ba deliver quality education to our learners. You are the first person in making sure that or a provider o khona gore fa di AAs and GAs gore reduce stress from our principals in terms of administration. We are complaining about stipends, comrades. Does it mean gore stipends comes first before the future of our learners? Are we saying we wanted to be part of the SGBs because we want to benefit from the SGB? Or is there a maikano to say that we want to be part of the SGBs because we want to change the status quo in different schools? Re batla go change selebo sa dikolo tsa rona because bana ba ke ba rona. Tshwantse ba kry-e bofutho ba rona, tshwantse re fe bana ba rona directly support le ko dikolong. We are still challenged ka issue ya security. We are still challenged ka issue ya high rate of pregnancy. I don't remember anybody mentioning to say that as parents we have to find ways ya go make sure gore melao ya rona ra itsepanya gore bana ba rona ba itse gore it's wrong. You can't fall pregnant whereas since no le ko sekolong. Are we saying those things don't matter? What matters the most ke di stipend for future ya bana ba rona. Colleagues, we have to do introspections. If we don't talk about these things here in this particular platform, ha di tswela ko ntle, ga di go tswa di sa represent se ne se buiwa mo. But introspection must be the order of the day in this particular meeting. What do we want? Why are we part of the SGBs? Why ne re contest? Why re accept that nomination? And re accept because we want to make money from schools selling gore they are even struggling in terms of budgets. Or we took that particular oath for the sake of our children to say that as parents, we are taking over. These are our children. We have to make sure that we give them all the necessary support in making sure that they succeed and they complete their matric. They are not part of the dropouts. They are not part ya bana ba eleng gore ha re kopana le bone re ba bitsa di nyaope boys as if it's normal. So SGBs, let me remind you, the reason why we are having SGBs as the Department of Education is because we felt your absence from participating mo dithutong tsa bana ba lona. We are saying you must start now to take charge because these are your children. Re ba pataganele gore lefapha le la thuto le kgone go ya ko pele. Yes, I admit and I'm in agreement with those who raise issues of concerns regarding issues of infrastructure. It can't be, SG, that each and every meeting, parents are complaining about the conditions of their schools. There must be a change in the Department of Education. There must be a huge improvement starting from now on. We must take responsibility. That is why I have taken upon myself as the MEC to establish that infrastructure committee. So that particular infrastructure committee must start now to focus mainly in making sure that they change the conditions in our different schools. In each and every meetings, the senior management in the Department of Education, we do have conditional assessment report. I think it's high time, SG, for us to open that particular report and assess each and every school, to check if maybe there is any progress in making sure that there are renovations in different schools. It can be correct that even today, there are parents who are still complaining about security fence. We did commit in the last financial year that each and every school must have security fence. Why not implementing? Ra complainer. We are complaining as the Department of Education that we don't have sufficient budget gore re kgone go ka hira the security personnel. That is why I did commit in my last budget speech that the little thing that I can do, because I have to prioritize safety of our learners and our educators, is to make sure that each and every school in a less security fence. Why those who are responsible, why should we have this particular platform? Why should the parents why should they complain for a simple thing, security fence? Not to say we don't have budget. There is a budget. People must start now to do sebasi hiretsweng. If they are not ready to do that, they must just excuse us. Re ka se ra bua ka so se one kgapetsa. There is a need that each and every school in the Northwest Province in a security fence for issues of security. Why not let's tsenyetse dikolo tsa rona security fences? I've captured all the schools that you mentioned more in terms of issues of security fence. My office must start to do what is right for the sake of our people. They must go to those particular respective schools. And if indeed there is no security fence, but it doesn't make sense, security fence there must be consequence management. People must start now to work. People must start now to assist us to move this particular department going forward. All of us here, we admit that there is a need for us to have those particular security fences. So SG, I'm giving you 2 months from now on. All the schools across the province must have security fences. I'm giving you only 2 months from now on. All the schools across the province must have security fences. The security fences are teng, ga di sa tlhole di siame. Remove those particular security fences. Tsenya di security fences tse leng gore da go save bana ba rona. Bafeng 2 months. If ha gona any progress, you know my numbers. Talk to me directly. It's high time. People must start now to work. We can't continue to work like this. batho ba tsene mo di-positioning with responsibility to say that they are going to serve our people. They must start now to do what is right. Asbestos classrooms. During my budget speech, I was very clear to say that we have to make sure gore ha gona ngwana ope o tsenelang mo sekolong sa asbestos. Because ga se ngwana hela le those who are working in that particular school, it lo go deala ka health ya bone. I was very clear. But I must inform colleagues present here today that asbestos is a very complex issue. All along I thought gore ha o shebile sekolo hela lo bore ke asbestos, gore ke asbestos. No. There are processes that needs to be followed. There are specialists that needs to be appointed specifically to go and test whether that particular material, is it made out of asbestos or not. We are busy following that particular process. Monthly, I'm getting reports to say that out of this much of schools, we can confirm for this much, those particular schools, the material is asbestos. That is why we move those particular learners and educators with immediate effect. So let's call makala ore ke asbestos. How is the asbestos? It's because there must be thorough testing. But safety first. We have to prioritize the health of our learners and our educators. We have to close this chapter, this asbestos, because we cannot continue like this. During my budget speech, I'll also give a feedback in terms of how far are we in terms of dealing with these issues of asbestos. Because we are parents, we cannot allow our children and together with our educators, go ka berekela mo environmenteng e leng gore it can affect them negatively so. PH Markets used to be one of the schools that used to perform. Is it still performing? Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to look, it's not only agricultural school that is affected. Most of our agricultural schools, not only agricultural schools, and also our technical schools. Some technical schools, even agricultural schools, go to our technical schools. Technical schools but when you go to Gauteng province, ngwana ha re tsena mo technical school wa ikutlwa e ka re tsena mo university. The question is, rona re differa yang le Gauteng? Management must start to do what is right for our schools. Because if they can assist us, those management, I don't think we will have these lengthy meetings where we are raising our frustrations. So, other relevant officials must start now to do what is right. If tota ba palelwa, re kgone go advertise that there are young people with capacity out there, ba eleng gore ba batla go bona lefapha le le changitse. What they must do, they must just bari shutele, re tsenge ba eleng gore they are willing to work for our people. So service delivery must be the order of the day. We'll have this kind of meetings annually. In our next meeting, we share a progress report regarding all the issues that were captured in this particular meeting. District directors are here. All the relevant DDGs are here. Expectation is that after this particular meeting, they must go through the notes where they are affected. They don't have to wait for me. They must go and implement and intervene soonest. So that when we have this kind of a meeting next year, we must be able to say, at least we do have a good story to tell. From that particular gathering, this is what we have managed to achieve. Because we can't talk forever. And slogans will not bring food on our tables. Slogans and long speeches will not change the performance of our learners. So implementation, it must be implementation. And we must treat all the schools equal. Because all the schools belongs to the Department of Education in the Northwest. The issue of Tiger Kloof will definitely sit on that particular matter to check how best can we resolve that particular matter as a matter of urgency. And I must indicate that I must not be quoted out of context when I said, if we don't have a choice, we must expel these learners. I was very clear. Obviously, proper processes must be followed. I was reminding SGBs that they do have powers. They are empowered by policies. They are the parents, meaning that they must assist us as the Department of Education of making sure that monthly or quarterly parents' meetings are being convened. Because I've realized that our weakness is regional councillor. The community meeting. When it comes to elections, it's only when we are visible. Let's do what is right and do justice to our responsibilities as the SGBs. You are representing parents, meaning that your responsibility is to make sure that you convene parents' meeting. You don't take a decision alone there. Involve parents. But it does not mean necessarily that every time you must take decisions on their behalf. Involve them. So that responsibilities of their children. Whatever decision that you make sure that you involve parents, because they are parents of these learners. And they must also assist us. They must be part of this journey of making sure that the dikolo tsa rona di a change, di boela back ko ne di le teng. Mo Bokone Bophirima, we used to have Dinaledi schools. We are no longer having Dinaledi schools. Dinaledi schools are one of those schools studying math and science that used to perform. In area towards the end of the academic year, in area how we make the results mongaka. Ono buaka letiani, ono buaka barolong, ono buaka letsatsing, ono buaka mabato high. Ono buaka dikolo tseo. Because no, there is a competition. Even the principals. That's only dikolo tseo. In area how you walk. But you walk out with pride, knowing that we deliver quality results and we perform. What happened? Why are we no longer having Dinaledi schools? Why, as a province, we used to occupy position 2 or position 3 or position 1? Why now it's a struggle? Does it mean that we are leaderless? Leaderless meaning that those parents are orphans. They don't have parents. It can't be. We have to go back to basics. Northwest cannot trend with wrong things, as if we don't have progressive parents who can join hands with the Department of Education and make sure that we move forward. There is pride to say that ekachwa knowledge was said in Northwest, but when it comes to education, we are forever #1. So I do have confidence, Molona. I'll continue to have this kind of gatherings. I'll have a meeting with underperforming SGBs. Already I've managed to meet with the principals and the district directors and the circuit managers of those underperforming schools. Now I'll convene a meeting between myself, now with the SGBs, to come and present their plans, to say that this is our plans, we're not MEC. We want to improve the results, because without us performing, it means that we will never reach the target. What we want from you is assistance. And we have to be proactive. You've got minds. SGBs must be at the forefront of engaging these private sectors. To say that we are having a camp. They must be part of the camp, because we are not assisting a situation whereby there are those campaign because of their background. Why are you punishing those particular learners? They must not attend camp because their parents can't afford to pay for camp. Are you addressing the issue? No. You need each and every learner for you to perform accordingly, for you to improve in terms of performance. So be innovative. You don't have to wait for you don't have to wait for me, MEC. Gore o batle batho from outside to come and assist. Gore our infrastructure, it seems like the department is slow. How best can you assist us gore sekolo sa rona se na le botsitso le nna ke tsena mo go yone as the SGB chairperson? Bekere that school se se skono se se ntle se ke SGB chairperson go a bontsha gore there is a leadership in this particular school. Maraka tsena mo sekolong o bona gate e wele di festival di thubegile go le leswe go le dipampiri. You must know gore it says something about you as the SGB chairperson of that particular school or as the principal of that particular school. So let's go back. SGBs is not all about finances, that's school. We must also include issue of curriculum, performance, in making sure that we perform accordingly. I still maintain without the SGBs, I can run around, I can travel corner le corner ya Northwest Province. But without your support, skolo se tlo go palelwa ke go nna le bana ba e leng gore they are disciplined, bana ba e leng gore they are committed, bana ba e leng gore they are motivated. Ma-teacher a leng gore they are motivated go tla go ruta bana ba rona in making sure that ba deliver our core mandate, which is curriculum. All is not lost. We have to start somewhere. We have to act. Time is not on our side. We don't have time to waste. We have to start now to commit, to say that ko dikolong tse le leng gore le di SGB teng maemo a tlile go change. Go tlile go nna le botsitso, high rate ya pregnancy e tlile go a kwa tlase, high rate ya drop out e tlile go a kwa tlase, high rate ya the cases sa ma-teacher ba ita bana di tlile go a kwa tlase, high rate ya gore go nne le tensions among principals and educators di tlile go a kwa tlase. You must go there and unite them, not to divide them. You must start now. Gore ha go tliwa mo di-postung, this thing of lobbying, it has killed our department. It has killed our schools. We are having problems in our schools because of our own doings. Instead of you being fair, o prioritize bana ba gago gore motho o tlang mo e be le an asset, somebody o le gore o tle go dira a difference in our schools. Some of you are being lobbied. Gate ke yo ke Viola ke ngwana ga motlamedi tša banyane o le wa principal a kae kae wa moitsi man. Re tla go fa pudi, re tla go fa tšhelete, mo tsenye ha a tsene dilo tsa rona di tlo go tsamaya sentle mo sekolong. That is being self-centered. That is being selfish. O tsaya motho o e leng gore ha a tsena o etla a compete le principal instead of doing mmereko wa gage o tsweletse o batla go dira tse di wrong because ga ana capacity o diretswe favor. A direla favor ke mang? The SGBs ba e leng gore they were supposed to protect their learners from that particular monsters. Let's do introspection. The last hope, these kids, is education. There's a high rate of unemployment. They are not even sure about their future. But how about education? Ba nna le hope ya gore one day it tlo go nna batho setšhabeng. That is the only weapon ever itshwareletseng ka yone. So let's join hands and make sure that we protect the future. This innocence. And the only people who can make sure gore kgona go achieve is through the assistance, commitment, working together, collectivism. Mo go rona le di SGB. Ga re ka utlwana, ra lesa go lwana, re lonela maemo, ha o sheba re lwanela eng e dominate-wa ke ditšhelete ha e dominate ke performance le discipline ya bana ba rona gore re ko pele. So ke le Ntsetsa o Viola Motsumi ka tsalo ke tsalelwa ko kgotleng ya ga Jabanyane ko Madibe a Makgabana ko ga Kgosi Theleso Tawana. Ha ke bona ke bone hela ke itse gore ha o tsoga tshwantse go gamiwe dipudi le dikgomo. Ko ke nnang teng ko ke tswang teng ha go te neighbor ha re tsora go te neighbor ke eng. Neighbor ya gago e ka re ko motseng o mongwe mare le motse o one. Mare because of lerato le le leng teng kwa le thato le lerato la thuto and so on ba kgonne go producer o le mo pele ga rona ga gompieno. So ke tsa gore go na le bo Ntsetsa o somewhere ba dutse ke bale. Now future bone e mo matsogong a rona as parents. Re bone gore re protecta yang gore ka moso o boeme mo le o le motlotlo gore o le ngwana o tswa ko sekolong sa me ke a mo itse ke mo dirile ke motho setšhabeng because of my contributions. What they need is a chance. A re ba fe chance eo ka go ba fa the support ra tlogela tse dingwe ra make sure gore re tsa lefapha la rona la thuto re lisa ko pele. I'll convene one-on-one with SGB associations separately, not under one roof, association by association, so that they are able to iron out issues, to say that this is how we see things, MEC, and this is what we need from you, MEC. And we believe that through your assistance, through you working hand in hand with us, we'll be able to improve the status quo when it comes to the contributions of our SGBs. I'll be having meetings with unions, different unions, not under one roof, separately, so that I hear their views, so that they can commit, I can commit. I'll be having a meeting with SAPA. There is an association only at the principals, to hear gore ba re tshwaretse eng, ba re nka dira eng gore ke kgone go ba thusa. So pa ke di 25th of July this month, immediately go tlile go nna le di budget speech. Expectation is that SGBs must be at the forefront of contributing to my budget speech, because ha ke lead, ke leader batho, ke leadera because of batho. They must lead me gore what are the issues tse le gore tshwantse ke di pronounce tse leng gore da go make sure gore re lefapha la thuto re ka kgona go ya ko pele. So never doubt yourself, be in charge. You are powerful, you've got powers. Ke nna o ntirise ke batla go dirisiwa. So ke hella ha ke ngwana wa lona, ke ausi wa lona, ke gotlhehela mo go lona, ke motho wa nama le madi. Ga ke roboto, I'm not perfect. Ke na le di mistake. Ke batla go nna a better leader. And for me to be a better leader, I need this kind of leadership to lead me, to guide me, to show me gore the direction e right ya gore re kgone go isa department ya rona ko pele ke efe. I'm not that kind of a person who just come and impose decisions mo bathong. I believe mo principling ya collectivism. I believe that through your commitment, through your efforts, through your guidance, tomorrow nka tswa ke tswa motho setšhabeng nka gaisa mo ke leng teng fa, because I'm just a human being, I'm not a saint. So ne ke ikopela hela gore re simolole journey e rotlhe. It's going to be very difficult. It's not going to be an easy journey, but it's a journey e leng gore tshwantse re kopanele for the sake of our kids, for the sake ya future ya the Northwest Province. Ka one mafoko a mannyane ao ke a recommita gape mo go lona ke le mokhuduthamaga wa lona gore ke tla tswella go nna mokhuduthamaga o ka sekeng a ikgantshang, o ka sekeng a tsamela ko godimo. o e leng gore le nthapelele thata gore la nka nna excited yang ke seke ka nagana gore I'm untouchable. Ke itse gore ke leader batho, ke motho ka batho. At all times I must humble myself before you. Ke nne leadera e leng gore ga ke dirile diphoso ke le foseditse. I must be able go tla mo pele ga lona ke re ke ngwana lona. Mpetseng me go mpetsa go ra gore ke tla re ha ke tsamaya tsela e nka se ke ka tsamaya ka repeata mistake e ke e dirileng. Because Department of Education ga se department ya ga ntsetsa o Viola Motsumi. Ke department ya baagi ba rona. So without baagi ba rona re ka se ke ra nna le lefapha le ka tswelang ko pele. Modimo a nne le lona. Thank you very much.
Can we please give her another round of applause, please?